Good morning, friends. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am live on my Facebook business page. It's Thursday. That means it is time for the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter recap. We'll get to that in just one moment. If you happen to be watching in archive on YouTube, on my webpage, or here on Facebook, thank you so much for being here. You will not be able to ask a question, but as you listen to the readings, you might hear something that strikes you as relevant. And if that happens, you can go ahead and take it as a reading for you yourself. So every Thursday, I'm live here talking about my newsletter. Why is that? Well, it's because the newsletter comes out on Wednesday. If you have not yet subscribed to the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter, you can go to my website, tarotbychristiana.com. Just hit the button for the newsletter and subscribe. Every week, I share information about tarot, information about life, upcoming events, all kinds of good stuff. Now, before we get going, and people are starting to come into the room, it's so nice to see you all. We've got Karen, Linny, Amy. So glad that you are all here. Good morning to you. Before we get going, I just want to remind you we are on the countdown to StarCon. That means it's getting time to get your tickets if you haven't already. StarCon, of course, will be an annual conference held in South Florida and online. This year, we're just doing it online for obvious reasons. We're doing it this month, January 22nd through 24th, and would really like to see you join us. It is robust, it is fun, there is so much going on, so many great classes, but also opportunities for networking and entertainment. All you need to do is get your ticket. Go to the website, starcon.com, that's STAARCON.com, and look at all our amazing presenters and get your ticket. We really want to see you there, and you don't want to miss it. Now, all of the classes, not all of the entertainment or the discussion groups, but the classes, which is the bulk of what we're doing, will all be recorded. And you will have 30 days after the conference to watch everything you missed. So consider this an amazing opportunity to spend a month, to spend a weekend immersed in community and a month learning about tarot, astrology, divination, all kinds of wonderful stuff. You know you want this, so go ahead and get it. And Amy has just dropped the link to subscribe to my newsletter, and I thank you so much for that. All right, Amy, in fact, is one of our presenters at StarCon, and she and her family will also be providing some of our Saturday night entertainment. So we are very, very excited for all of that and more. And Amy has dropped the StarCon link as well. Amy wears a lot of hats here. She is also one of the producers, along with her husband, Ryan, of the StarCast podcast, which is a podcast that celebrates StarCon. And you can get that wherever you get your podcasts, STAARCAST. You can also watch it in video form on the StarCast YouTube channel. Now, I also want to remind you that we have a tarot meetup on YouTube Live coming up this Sunday, 4 p.m. That's 4 p.m. Eastern time. In a typical month, I do 2 free classes and 3 tarot meetups on YouTube Live. This month, we did 1 class last week, and we're doing 1 meetup this week, and that's all we're doing because we're getting ready for StarCon. So, you know what that means. You got to get your tickets. Okay, so the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter. This week, our topic is seeking clarity. Man, we are all in the eternal search for clarity, right? But especially now in the age of, the post-fact age, right? It is hard to find truth. It is hard to find clarity. And that is one reason we become diviners. That is one reason we seek out readings, because this is a means through which to find clarity. Melissa, I saw you got your ticket. So excited, so glad you're coming. I saw you're coming to the pre-conference intensive as well, which just makes me super, super happy. And Amy has dropped the link for ticketing and also a promo code to use to get 10% off. So, clarity. In the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter, I always highlight a particular card or group of cards. I call it cards for your consideration, having to do with the topic. And the card I picked having to do with clarity is the High Priestess. Every card, in a way, speaks to seeking clarity because we use tarot to seek clarity, right? But I felt like the High Priestess has some extra energy around that search for clarity. Do you agree? Do you see the High Priestess that way? The other thing I talk about in this newsletter is how to use a clarifying card in a tarot reading. So make sure you do read the newsletter. Let's get going with some reading. So, if you have a particular area of your life where you need clarity or particular situation around which you need clarity, you can go ahead and ask that question. If you just want a card, I will give you a card that will give you clarity in your life. Karen's asked a fun question. What area in my life would benefit most from more clarity? So, anything having to do with clarity, that's what we're going to do. Kathleen wants to know if she needs glasses. Well, that's about clarity too, isn't it? Okay, so I am going to roll through the list. I am going to get to as many people as I can. If you're patient, I should be able to get through the whole, through the whole list if my voice holds out. You know, I moved to Florida from the very cold and snowy Northeast. I miss my friends up north, but it's a move that I have not regretted. But you know what's funny? When there's sunshine 4 seasons, there's allergies 4 seasons. I didn't think about that, right? Oh well. Okay, here we go. I will take these in the order in which I see them, and I thank you all so much for being here. Okay, the first question I see is Tori Nicole. Nice to see you. General guidance for clarity. You know, here's the thing, Tori. Here's the thing. You need to be looking to the future. You need to be thinking about what do you want? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? What do you want for the future? And sometimes when you do that, you get shy of your own success. You get like afraid of your success, afraid of putting yourself out there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, Emberlyn Rogers, nice to see you. So I feel like you're going through a tough time, to be honest with you. There is a lot here that suggests things may be feeling very heavy for you, and you may be having some self-talk that is not nice. So your clarity here is about have better self-talk. Talk to yourself like you were a friend. Don't say things to yourself that you would not say to a friend. Okay, Kathleen, Patricia, looking for clarity in eyesight. Glasses? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yes you do. Okay. And Sarah Cat McConaughey says she's getting her StarCon ticket today. I'm excited. Every time tickets come in, I'm like, ooh. And they come in every day, so I'm pretty happy. But more. We want more. More people there. Okay. Karen Winkle. What area in my life would benefit most from more clarity? Good question. You know, this is going to sound redundant, Karen, but recognizing all the ways in which you are a healer and how you can operate as a healer, healing yourself and healing others. Okay. Pam Lath, nice to see you. And you were looking for clarity regarding your job, isn't that true? Let's see what we see there. So the clarity here is that it's like super up and down. And sometimes people are really supportive and sometimes they're not. And sometimes it goes well and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes it'll drive you nuts and sometimes you're happy for having some security. And I feel like if you're going to be in this job and, right now, I do feel like this job is secure. Do you feel like this job is secure? I feel like it's secure. I think you just have to recognize that there is an up and down nature here, and don't attach your moods to this up and down nature. Let the up and down thing happen and you keep your mood smooth. Does that make sense? Is that helpful? Okay, Melissa Grosso, a card regarding what area I need clarity on. Melissa, I think that you have been working for a long time on really understanding who you are. Not just what you do or what you're good at, but really who you are. And I think you've done some amazingly good work around that over time, over a period of time, and you're still working on it. That's what you want to keep doing, just going forward with that. Okay, Leisha Smile, nice to see you. So, Leisha, I feel like you will be making some decisions going forward, perhaps about career. I feel like there's going to be an opportunity for some forward motion for you with career, and you're going to want to be very clear-headed about how you approach that. Okay, Neil Quatrana, what area in my life needs clarity? Honestly, it's about how much you love the people around you and what is the best way that you can help them. Because you just want to help them. That's all you want to do, which is great. But finding that right way to do it is hard. And I think sometimes you need to know that the best thing you can do is love them and believe in them and encourage them to help themselves. And that's the best it's going to be. Martha Vink looking for clarity. Nice to see you. Martha, I have something kind of interesting, big and heavy for you, which is to recognize, you have been a minister for a long time. Funny story, Martha and I have been friends since I was 14 and she was 15, I think. We met at Methodist summer camp, right? We're both daughters of Methodist clergy, and Martha went on to become Methodist clergy. So Martha's job is about literally preaching the word of God. That is what she does. And Martha, you do that super, super well. So the first piece of clarity is in recognizing how well you do that and how much people appreciate you being that conduit of wisdom for them. But in that, there are times when you don't feel, I think you always feel that wisdom in your heart. But I think that you are coming to a place of developing a more direct connection where you will really hear the voices of the angels, where you will really hear the voices of your loved ones in spirit. I really think that's coming for you. And so be open to that and recognize that that will be a deeper part of your ministry, but also of your personal connection to higher power. Okay, TK, clarity about my recent 27th birthday and Saturn return. Congratulations, TK, on your first Saturn return, and happy birthday. So the clarity is that you find yourself in some situations through no fault of your own. Repeat, through no fault of your own, that have made it hard for you to do exactly what you want to do when you want to do it. Surrender to that and find peace in it, and know that things will come around for you in the right time. Right now, just surrender, find peace, and do the best you can where you're at. It will be okay. Okay. And Amy agrees that the high priestess is good for clarity. She gives the chance to step away and get clarity. Yep, yep. Sarah, I've had a funky week and have felt some stagnation. Can you clarify how I can push out of this? Certainly. Sarah, I think you need to do something. I think you need to do something silly. Listen to silly music, do a silly dance, watch cartoons, watch a funny movie, wear a silly hat. You need to be silly. That's what I think. Okay. Oh, Martha, I grabbed your first question and didn't see you were looking for something more specific. We'll talk later about your retirement. Don't even think about retirement yet. Seriously. Seriously. You still got work to do. Okay, Laurel DePaulis. I'm looking for clarity on a decision to make a move south. It's there for you if you want it. Honestly, this is a move that would benefit you in a lot of ways. Your choice, but I see the cards as being very enthusiastic about this idea. Lenny Kalu, nice to see you. Need all the clarity I can get for my next move. Just recognize that it will be fine. You will do it as soon as you possibly can, and all will be well. Do not second guess yourself. That's the whole thing with you, Lenny, is I think you second guess yourself too much. Tina Strayhorn, would it be best for me to ask my roommate to move out today or give him one more chance to be respectful to me and my things in my home where I work? I think it's time for him to go, 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 go. Seriously, it is. It's time for him to go. You have been more than patient. Claire Carter, happy to see you. Where do you need clarity? I think for you, it's about how you're now going to integrate your creativity into your life. You know, your creativity was always a part of your job. And now, how will you integrate it into your life? Okay. Hey, Kimberly Bonk, nice to see you. Kimberly, clarity for you is about recognizing. I think what I see going on for you, Kimberly, is that there's a lot of upset for you with a lot of the craziness that's going on in the world right now. And it's hard for you to be in a place of personal peace when there's not a lot of peace out here. But that's exactly the time that we need to have peace in our hearts. And recognize that by keeping peace in your heart, by speaking your truth in a gentle and loving way, you are helping to move things forward in a positive way. Hey, Celeste, nice to see you. Oh, you're okay. So we're going to do something special here for Celeste. Celeste, I did a thing on Epiphany yesterday on the StarCon page, and Celeste missed it, and it was her anniversary with Charlie. They've been married for a long time. I've never known a time when there was not a Celeste and Charlie together. So we're going to do a special card for them for their anniversary, which was yesterday, Epiphany. And look at this. The card that we got is the 10 of Pentacles. You know, this is such a good card for recognizing the stability that the two of you share, for recognizing the love that the two of you share for your nation, for your home, perhaps for the home that you're creating up north. And just recognizing that for both of you, your ancestors in spirit are with you and are celebrating this anniversary with you. And I love it because this card even has dogs, and I know how much you love your dogs. So, you know, not everything in life always goes well. But I think when the two of you met each other, I think that that was really a great thing for both of you. And it is leading to great things even now going forward. Grace Martin, clarity for you. Grace, figure out where you are an authority and allow yourself to be that authority. Figure out where you need the authority of others and don't be afraid to reach out for it. Joanne Keeler. Some clarity for you. Joanne, real practical stuff about work and learning. It might be about literally going to school. It might be about doing some on-the-job learning. It might be about learning something that's just important to you. But this is a focus right now about what do you want to learn and where will learning that take you? Those are the things you want to think about. Teresa Gibson. So the clarity here for you, Teresa, is about putting closure to the past. Letting the past go so you can be present in the present and look toward the future. Lori Hahn, clarity especially about your job. Yeah, your job's hard. And it's not hard because of the actual work you do. It's hard because of some of the energy there. The thing is, it also does give you some stability. It might make sense to start looking for something else so you can just make a smooth transition when you're ready. Okay, Jeannie Layton, nice to see you. Some clarification on what the next few months will bring. Good stuff. I think that there's a real good possibility for you to have some time to do the things you want to do and move forward the way you want to move forward. So I feel good about that. Jackie Masters. Jackie, there are all kinds of opportunities available for you in all kinds of ways. And sometimes I think you don't always see them. So the clarity here is to know that opportunities are there and will be there, and to look for them and take them. Lillian, clarity on business. I feel like when it comes to business, I see something new coming, whether that's a new project or new clientele or a new service, but something new. And I feel like you are always learning and growing, and that's a good thing. And I feel like there is a lot here about getting the word out. I'm not sure what that means, if it's about advertising, if it's about marketing. Hey, if Amy Mauser is still here, she's an expert in marketing. She and her husband have a business about that. But I feel like I feel like that's a thing that you need to be thinking about. Win Florentino, clarity for you. You know, for you, it's about feeling secure. You need to really work on feeling secure in your own skin, in your life, and in the way things are. I feel like things are better than you sometimes think they are. Okay, so from my perspective, I have answered every person who has asked for a card. Just reach out, Lillian. More than happy to do it. If I missed you, if you asked for a card and I didn't see it, if you're just getting here, or if you haven't asked for a card, now's the time. Now's the time to ask for your reading for clarity. In the meanwhile, I'm going to remind you to join us for our One Tarot Meetup in February. No, excuse me. We'll have 3 in February. Yeah, 3 in February. Our one in January, which is this coming Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, my YouTube channel. And of course, get those tickets for StarCon. It is time. And you want to go to the StarCon webpage, STAARCON. Okay, so I have seen Brianna Moore, a request from Brianna. Brianna, I feel like there's a lot here about learning and growth for you. There's a lot here about wanting to open up to new things, whether that is by taking classes, going to school in an official way, or just being open to learning and education, even in an informal way. Let 2021 be about learning for you. Okay, folks, that's it. I want to thank all of you. I want to let you know I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom. Just reach out. I will be more than happy to work with you. And I'll look forward to seeing you soon.